Hey guys, welcome to SLT Learning, and today we're gonna talk about our fourth practical, which is count the number of digits in a number. Okay, so what is number of digits means if the input it says for an example 54868, right? So it contains five digits, right? It's a five-digit number. So sometimes in an interview, mainly if you are 2 or 3 year of experience in automation and they wants to hire you to see your logical and programming skill, they can give you this small kind of practicals. So let's we go and see how we gonna write our logic. Okay. So first of all, as I suggest, right, whenever you have anything on practical like input and output, right, always try to use your notepad or notepad, or you can also use like I normally use pen and notepad physical, so I will can just see how the logic gonna be work. But over here, let me understand the logic. So the input is given the number, right? Let's suppose something this is the number, and output we want as a number count, right? It should be 5. So how you gonna understand this is the count we need to get, right? So what you can do, guys, so let's think about that one. Okay, so I can see I can divide this one, right, by 10. Let's suppose if I will divide this one by 10, I will get this number, right? Then I can store this value as a 1. Then again I can divide by 10, I will get this number and I can store as count 2. Again I can divide by 10, I can store this as count 3, then count 4 and count 5, right? Because when you divide this number 5 by 10, it will give you something like this, right? It will reduce the number, right? It will keep reducing the number, and at the last it will give you the count. Okay, so whatever the remaining things we can consider as a count. Okay, we do not want to consider as a reverse order over here, so we need to just consider as a count. So as I says, right, as you think about the logic, you will understand what kind of the variables, what kind of the supposed variables you required in your program. Okay, so I can see we required one variable which is count, which we can increment, right, on each and every iteration we apply on our input. So let's we do one thing. Let's we go to our Eclipse. I will right click, right? I will go to new. I will just say class, and I will just say count number of digit. Okay, and I will just add this public void. So this is our simple program. Okay, so over here in the last practical, right, we have seen how we can allow user, right, how we can allow user to enter a number using the scanner class, right? This is how we can allow user to enter a scanner class. But over here, let's we think we will take a one number numerically. Okay, so I will just say number is equal to, let me take the same, okay, which we have given our example. This is, so this is my integer number. Okay, now I want the count, right? So I need to as another variable, count is equal to 0, because I want to start it from 0, right? And then I want to do the increment, guys. Understand the logic, right? First 7 will be deducted, then 5 will be deducted, then 8 will be deducted, then 4 will be deducted, then last will be the 5. Okay, so this is what we need to apply in our logic as well. So whenever this number get deducted, we gonna increment this count. Okay, so one uh, digit will deducted, we will consider as a 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4. Okay, now how, like how many times we need to run this loop, right? So we need to run this loop till the number is greater than 0. When the number will become I will just say is the less than 0, we need to stop this one. So I will just use while loop. Okay, guys, while loop logic I have already shown in my videos, right? If you refer my channels, right, you will find many videos about manual testing, crash course, then Git and GitHub, Java programming, few of the interview related guidance for the freshers for 2 to 3 years of experience. That about API testing I have put the videos, then Cucumber, Selenium, and all those things. So there are many videos you can refer, and I normally create the random videos as per the I get the requirement or I get the feedback from my candidates. Okay, so this is the series I have started to give the confidence to the people who are trying to move themselves from QA manual to automation, or who are learning the programming from very beginning. Because at the beginning you have to pick up this small practical to boost up your confidence. Okay, so let's we take this one. So while number is greater than 0, what operation I need to do? I want to do number is equal to number divided by 10. Okay, and then I will just, when it is divide, I want to do count plus plus, right? Or I can also write this same thing as a count is equal to count plus one, right? I want to increment plus one, but this is incremental operator, right? This is incremental operator. This is how we can also write it down. Okay, so now we have this logic is clear, right? Every time it will go in this loop, divide by 10 and increment the count, and then we will just put our output over here, right? So what is the syntax of output that requested? This is total digit number. I will take this one as well. I will give plus and I will print count. Okay, so I will print count, and I will print the number over here. Okay, I will just say given number, and I will print this number. So why I print this number over here, guys, not after this loop? Because after this loop this number will become 0, and that's the reason I print it over here. Okay, make sense? Now let's we quickly run this program, then we will gonna debug this program. So if I run this program, we will see if we are correct or not. Yes, this is 5 digit 5. Let me make it 6. Okay, let me make it 6. I'm gonna add 6 at the end, or let me make it 7. I will just add 5 again, and now we will run. The output should give us 7. Okay, yeah, 7. So our program is correct. Right now, how you gonna debug this one? Always put a debug point where you want to track. So I will put the debug point on while loop, and now if I right click and just go to debug, right? So every time the loop will go, it will give us some value. Okay, so now just this print this line, right? It is printed this line. Now it is over here. If I go down, right, if you go down, or what I can do, I can just right click and just says watch. I can add a watch. Okay, I want to watch means I want to see the number. You see number is equal to initially this one. I will go down. So you see the 8 has been removed now because number is equal to number divided by 10. So number has automatically changed. Just watch over here. You will see the logic, right? Then I want to see the count as well, right? I will just says watch count. So initially count is 0. If I go this one, count is 1. You see? So last digit 5 has been removed and it says count is equal to 1 because one iteration is finished. If I go now, you see last second last 6 is removed now, and this will become 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So this is how the logic work, guys. Always select the variable, go and just click on watch, so you can watch the value over here. Okay, and if you see, if I go one by one, right, if I want go one by one, it will remove it will divide by 10, it will decrease the value, and then it will give us the value at the end. And once the number is become 0, right, number becomes 0, 0 cannot be greater than 0, it will come out of the loop and it will print the count for us. You see, it's printing count for us. So guys, this is very simple, but this will really boost up your confidence about programming. Programming is really easy. Just keep learning, try to pick up some of the practicals from basic to intermediate then advanced. This will really boost up your confidence when you giving the answer in interview as well, and specifically when you are preparing for automation engineer or Java developer or fresher level. This kind of interview tips will really help you. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and share this video to your colleagues or the people who are learning around you. Thank you very much. Happy learning.